So next thing I know, I'm in first grade and I'm about to take a math test. I wasn't paying attention at the time, and the teacher had stood up in front of the class and announced the quiz. And as she's explaining it, she goes on to say that there'll be a prize for whoever finishes the quiz first. And I went from not paying attention to full attention. Like she said, the magic word, prize. And I don't know what she gave, if it was a bunch of candy or a little certificate, or I don't know what it was. But anyway, as soon as she said it, I was paying attention. And so she went on to say that she would lay each quiz on each student's desk, and then the quiz would be upside down so no one could cheat. And then when she said go, um, it was game time. And that's what she did. She went around the room, went back up to her desk, and said, "On your marks, get set, go." I was fired up at this point. I was going to get every single answer as quickly as I could. And so I ripped that page over and started right on the first problem. 1 plus 1, that's 2. 1 plus 2, 3. 1 plus 3, 4. And, I'm thinking out each problem, and I'm going as fast as I can. And so I think it got into the 30s or something like that, and I started to slow down a little bit because, it took a lot of energy, and I'm just pushing through each problem, man. And so I told myself, don't give up, work harder, work harder. And so I burned through the next 15 or so and got to around 50, and I was feeling it, man. My mind was like starting to get really, tired and heavy, and still I pushed through it. But anyway, got up to around 60, 70, and just felt like it was just taking forever, and I couldn't speed it up. And like, I kind of paused for a bit and took a little break. And then at that time, right at that moment, for whatever reason, I thought back to I Am Sam, the book that they gave us when we were in kindergarten, and how the words were just repeated in different forms. And so that caused me to look down at the answers. And, like I said, I was in the 70s, I think. And I noticed that the answers were going 71, 72, 73, 74. And I said, no way, it can't be. So I went back to the very first answer. 1 plus 1 equals 2. And I looked and it said 2. Then the next answer was 3, 4, 5. I said, oh my gosh. All I had to do was just count from 1 to 100. And so as soon as I realized that, of course, I'm on 70. I'm like 71, 72. I'm not even looking at the problem. I'm just putting the answer, boom. And I think, man, I'm going to have this done in no time. And of course, I heard a chair scoot across the room, and Neil Parkins stood up because he had figured that out before I did. And he was going towards the teacher's desk. Now, he was in the back of the room, and I know I've got about 25 more. I'm thinking maybe I can just write all those out real quick and then run up to the desk and beat him. And I tried even harder, and I got up to like 85 before he got up to the desk, and I realized it was kind of over, and that I had not finished it quickly enough. And then Derek Neal, he had got up and finished his, and I just went ahead and slowed down and wrote the answers from 85 to 100. Kind of did the walk of shame in my walk up to the teacher's desk. But for the first time in my life, I realized how motivated I was to get the prize, get the trophy, get that blue ribbon.